Hello everyone, thank you for clicking on my channel and welcome to the journey home. My name is Catherine and I live in Nova Scotia. It's been a while since I did a reading. I took a bit of a sabbatical also because things have been a bit crazy. But I want to talk to you about the mystery schools and what's coming, what is already here. I've been learning a lot about the mystery schools now that they're becoming more and more, their literature more available to us. And it's very interesting because it does talk about, you could go back 100 years to look at Rudolf Steiner's work, look at Edgar Casey's work, if you look at every single country and every single leader, they have always had a psychic to help guide or rule that country. First I had heard about it was through Elizabeth I learning about John Dee. He was her first woo-woo guy to help guide them in that mystery knowledge. Now, right now in our world, we have a small number of mystery school, you could call them the Illuminati. That's been a trick word, but it does not encompass the mystery schools where certain amounts of information has come out to humanity in through masters, ascended masters. Jesus Christ was one of them. And don't get me wrong, as far as I'm concerned, it is my strong opinion that religions, if they, well, I don't like any religion, they all involve war. And it takes away from us as humans our spiritual nature. In fact, our spirituality has been under attack for a long time. And it seems that every 100 years we enter this window of opportunity, or the mystery schools enter a window of opportunity to get some of this information out to us. And they've had to use some pretty imaginative ways of doing that. The whole New Age thing that we've been through, which I believe started in the 70s with the big charismatic conferences in, religion in the Western world here. All of these things that we have gone through, and in New Age, you have to understand. I'm not knocking New Age, and I was a part of it myself. Very interested. In the 70s, my mother got me turned on to Edgar Casey, and I started reading his work. So anything that was new to me, new to spirituality, naturally I gravitated to it because I'm a spiritual person. I don't profess to be the great psychic like Edgar Casey, but I do know that spirit moves us in profound ways of understanding. Some people pay attention to their dreams, others through numbers, others through little things that might happen through the day that seems like a sign to them. So these mystery schools that have come out, has it been leaked out, or was it intentional, or was it just we have this opportunity, this window of opportunity to address this same thing again that has been controlling humanity and using us for, well, like the movie The Matrix. We're just an energy battery to them. We're disposable. For those of you who understand reincarnation, it's just like a cycle of throwing us back in to feed off more energy. Now humanity is in that state of being reborn again, that window of opportunity. And here's something that's interesting too, guys, because a lot of people in our underground networks that do talk about these mystery schools, that are studying this mystery schools and what our spirituality as a humanity collective whole entails of our higher natures, if we could just get past the dialogues or the narratives of whether or not we are gods, I think is at this point elementary and not even an issue. Like, why would we even discuss that when there's bigger things on the plate, you know? So here we are, guys. I put out a video some time ago, I guess November, I think. It was a shorter video talking about regaining your telepathy. Well, by golly, there's no doubt it. People are regaining their telepathy. Humanity as a whole is very spiritual, very psychic. And if we are to evolve at all, it has to be with the spiritual, with that spiritual nature that we all have. And personally, I can't wait until all of the religions of the world are given the boot, because they lied to us. They manipulated us. And perhaps their last straw will be, we've talked about fake alien invasions, this fake alien invasion that is being planned for us. This isn't a conspiracy theory, guys. This is actual fact. We're seeing this unfold in the, I was going to say Parliament, but I'm in Canada. Down in the States, in Congress. They're having UFO disclosure. But it's there's your fake again. Fake UFO disclosure. And just throwing little crumbs, because they always say some truth, but then they have clever ways, you know, the snake's tongue, forked tongue, you speak with forked tongue. People are so tired of this crap. And for the most part, people aren't even paying attention anymore to these hearings in Congress. They're opening up again, I think, in March or the end of the March. The whistleblowers go up to talk some more about UFO disclosure. But now what is being blown off the lid, guys, is who's pulling the puppet strings. And that is going to be going before the public. If you're going to meet in Congress over these UFO disclosures, then you are going to have to address what we are all asking you. That we know for a fact that there are some puppet strings being pulled and who's pulling them. And with that laid out before Congress, if they don't deal with it, well, it just, you know, for the rest of us, we're going to Plan B. Yeah, Plan B. What they're rolling out to us as far as UFO disclosure, and make no mistake here, guys, this is the key to everything. You know how Elon Musk is going X everything? Well, X is that symbol that we are facing. Oh, which brings me to the part of the 100-year window portal. And if you read some of these mystery school books, when they take it to story form, you can't look at it as, you know, you're reading the Odyssey or the Iliad. You can't read it in a way that it's fantasy, because it's not. It's reality. So now this window has opened, and some believe that began probably 2018, and we're 6 years in now, and we're in that time frame. And all of this is starting to pour out from the mystery schools. It's accessible now for those who want to look. But for the most part, the population has been so brainwashed to watch things like Taylor Swift. It stunts your growth. It's almost like we're saying, don't smoke. It's going to stunt your growth. So an interesting thing happened. About a week ago, there was a channel, Mr. BBB3333, something like that. I know that sounds like gobbledygook. I just don't know if there's 3 or 4 B's or 3 or 4 3's. So it's Mr. BBB333. And he put out some photos and video of an entity by the moon that was caught. And this isn't the first time it was caught on film. I mean, it's not always easy even to see the moon with all the chemtrails they're blowing at us to cover the skies. Oh, I don't care if I get another strike from YouTube. Honestly, I'm so done with it. And I will speak as I please and not censor myself, though I'll try to keep my language down to a minimal. No cursing. Sometimes I swear like a sailor, but I'll refrain from that. So this picture or film came out of this thing beside the moon, an entity, a figure beside the moon, and then some triangle showed up and covered it up. And then to the right of it, there was this, it looked like a square or a rectangle formation after the cover up. So when I'm listening to the people that, or the channels that I like to, I mean, there's not too many people that I don't pay attention and sit up and wait with popcorn every time I know they're coming on. But when they mentioned this 100 years, and they're reading from old texts from mystery schools, like Rudolf Steiner or Edgar Cayce or Madame Blavatsky, people that were demonized as, they talk to demons and this kind of crap. What you're afraid of is what you don't understand. What you understand, you are no longer afraid of. Therefore, will keep you always wondering what is going on and live always in fear. That's that little tiny mystery school I told you about. Like, it's the breakaway. If some of you understand what that means, the breakaway civilization, which are trying to break back in now because they're panicking. They're losing the narrative. They're losing their minds. I've been seeing some even Twitter battles between really high up people acting like very low. I don't know, maybe they do have a high IQ, but really low vibration. So I hope I'm not bouncing around too much here for you guys. I pulled out some cards after going through this meditation, going through some studying that I did, and I thought I need to pull some cards on this. I need to have a look at the mystery schools in this reading. And I will show you the cards and what I had found out. But basically, I am telling you about it now. But I will show you specifically with these mystery schools. So what this form was beside the moon that showed up after covering up the first form beside the moon looked like a portal. So we're talking about energies, guys. And etheric energy that is free and will ascend us to a higher level of our evolutionary growth. Because if we don't take this opportunity, and we go to war, eventually this cycles every 100 years until we destroy the planet. And the government comes in and says, well, we've got this Green New Deal and we're going to save the world. And they're so full of shite, it boggles the mind. But most people believe it. Most people think, look, I know, I studied. And it's even debatable what they did study. But it is for the purpose of control of humanity. There is free energy that is going to release humanity from the chains that we are in. It is here, guys. It is here. Actually, it was here 100 years ago. But we missed that opportunity. We went into World War I at the time. And missed that opportunity. Now, what I have understood from my own studies over the last 3 years, this is when I really dug into the mystery schools. I'd say about 3 years ago, though I dabbled in it before that. Sorry, lost my train of concentration there. It has come out in different various texts, different various ways of literature, then looking at the data and looking at, that spiritual aspect and even a few pie charts, was that it only took a small amount of the population to, let me put it this way. It is not necessary to wake up everyone. Some are not ready. They're just not ready. Does that mean we say, oh, well, too bad, so sad, guess you're going to have to die in the next culling? No, it only takes a few of us to make that shift, to shift that herd in a better direction. And that shift is occurring, has occurred. We've been feeling the shift. Well, they're becoming more and more like jolts than they are gentle swifts, shifting. But we're there. The information is out there. It can't be hidden anymore. The mainstream public is not going to hear about it on the mainstream. And then what do when they do go searching for it? Google has monopoly over what you can find and what you can't find. And Google is owned by this tiny little mystery school that, for lack of a better word, people call them the Illuminati. There's a bigger picture out there. A way bigger picture. So these dudes might be trying to break back in, the ones that broke away, but we are evolving to a higher level of consciousness. It's happening. We're feeling the shifts. And yes, in the recent past, I did some reading saying, get ready. The world's about to go to shite in a handbag. Yeah, we're going to see that. 2024 is going to be a very tumultuous year. But 2024 is, again, this is about how you perceive and our vibrations, the way we lift ourselves from that low vibration. And this does not mean all, balloons and kisses and candies. Not this mindset. It is about dreaming, about creating your dreams, and really the trick and the key of creating that is to be of service to others. Whether it's a smile in a grocery store or to give someone a helping hand. Now, it's hard these days because there seems to be a lot of zombies out there that we're not even sure if they're human or not. But spirit does guide you because spirit is within us all. And this is what makes the difference between a human and a non-human. Our spiritual capabilities. It's quite amazing. So we don't need chips in our brains to be superhumans. We just, I was going to say we just need to wake up. But many of us are now hopefully we graduate out of kindergarten here. And for some of these wonderful spiritual teachers that are out there, that will no doubt be graduating at a higher level because they served. It was in whatever small capacity or large capacity they served. And aren't you sick and tired of them being martyred? People that actually helped to change the world being martyred. This is all coming to an end. So we could destroy the world or we could evolve to a higher level. And we see this happening and unfolding already. Already. Fake alien invasion, yes, it's coming. Pain in the arse, idiots that are so desperate and completely lost their minds that, they're going to need help getting off their stool that they thought was so high, but it's really only knee level or below the knee. We're in for a heck of a ride. We've been on a heck of a ride. Here we are. I asked for a reading. And all this time that I was shuffling, I must have shuffled for half an hour. All this time I was just meditating, asking for the mysteries, for the Akashic records that need to come through to help me get this message across, where we're at, where we are going. We could talk about money because money's involved too, guys. This whole CBDC thing and the new banking system, it's going to fail. But they might rope us in for a time. I think the ones that are going to save us from that are all the silver and gold holders and the crypto holders, because eventually the rest of the population, they need a hand. They need a handhold out of that really smelly prison we've been in. And you know how that saying is, you open up the door of the bird's cage and they're too afraid to fly out. Well, we have some amazing technology that's going to unfold. No, we should not be afraid of technology. No, we should not be afraid of AI. Yes, we understand exactly what they're capable of. But the future for humanity will be a moral technology. Not this crap of, let me put a chip in your brain. There's going to be amazing things that are healing, that will give us quality and quantity of life. But with all of this that is coming out into the open, even if death is involved, death should never involve pain, ignorance, or amnesia. It should be a transition that is easy and with full knowledge of what is going on. Let's look at the cards. I shuffled them in such a weird way. 2 decks, same kind of deck. So you're going to see two big cards here because I was doubling up on some of these. We had the 6 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. I suppose I should be a little more thoughtful here. 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. 10 of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Ace of Pentacles, King of Swords. We have the 8 of Cups again with the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Fire. The Knight of Cups again with the 4 of Cups. Justice with 4 of Wands. Okay, stop there. No, and these 2 end cards, or 4, are probably the most important. So we are walking away from the old system. There is no doubt it. We have us walking away from something that is rushing at us. Walking away from the salesman. The one that talks too fast. The one that says, oh, this is a great thing for you. We're walking away from, we want equal give and take. We want reciprocity. We want what's fair. There is a gift coming in, an offer, one that will offer to help lay down your burdens. My feeling when I pulled these cards was that, okay, this offer may have something to do with the CBDCs. Maybe it's a spiritual offer that's going to help us relieve the shackles of the heaviness that's surrounding the earth right now with all these goddamn wars. Sorry, guys. It just pisses me off. So sorry, guys. I'll try to be good. We're walking away from the con artist. But this is also about removing blockages. We're going to see clearly what is going on. 4 of Cups, you may be disappointed in the offer. This is why I feel that CBDCs going to help lay down the burdens temporarily. Then, of course, with the dollar collapse, we realize we're back to needing a wheelbarrow of, well, no, we won't. It'll be digital. We'll need pages of CBDCs on your bank data. It won't go far, guys. What can I say? It's just not going to go far. And things are going to continue to unravel. Some feel like 2026 is going to be I think there's going to be, it's going to happen before that. It's already happening. I'm seeing it happen already. Yes, as things get doomy and gloomier, the things that are being released to counter that are exponential and very large. We have justice in the partnership area. So there's going to be a cohesion of unity that brings fairness and justice for all. One thing I want to mention too about this is what we're going through, what we're facing. But on the other side of this, and I'll talk about it down here, but on the other side of this is that nothing will work without morality. We have protect, which is that the people that want to keep all that technology and the UFO technology, they want to keep it under wraps and in their control. That's protect. The share is the people that want this information out there so that people are aware of what's going on. You know, making an informed decision. But justice has to come first. And everyone is going to be united in bringing in that justice. Ouch. With the King of Swords right above it. This will have to do a lot with the laws. Clean slate, new beginnings, new projects. More moralistic, of high value. This has a lot to do with justice. So this offer that may be prettied up by a con has brought you to the crossroads. So an offer that may not be so pretty. But is highly valuable. Something's feeling like countries here, because this can be a travel card as well. Could that be the removal of blockages? This really feels like the CBDC, but it is bringing us to a new, like flipping the coin, turning the page. We have Hermit with the Death card, transformation. So this feels like we're going to be put into isolation. But the ability to navigate through that left side of the brain, this is very personal to each and every individual, not just the collective. Go within. It's like what happens when a woman gives birth. Well, she goes in the labor room and kicks all the men out. This is like the Hermit with the transformation. Isolation and rebirth. And we have karma, generational karma. Enlightenment that is hinging on the Two of Swords, decisions. And this little puppy flipped out after the fact. It was the Ace of Cups. That is divine pouring out of love. I fully expect to see not only wow things coming straight up, straight ahead of us, but an outpouring. It may be even a rejuvenation here of, like, Christianity, without the God of war. Yeah, Jesus didn't even like him. The God of the Old Testament. Jesus didn't even like him. Called him out many times. I know that mystery schools may not be everyone's cup of tea. But I do know that in generations past this, people will be more in tune with their spirituality and their abilities, their psychic abilities, and more free to prosper, for the world to prosper. And all those desert areas that I think were as a result of past wars, nuclear wars, Atlantis wars, the flood. We can bring back this world, but it has to be with moral technology. The spirituality of humanity, and not some zombie on the street that government said, look at us, we cloned humans, we don't need you anymore. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. I pulled 2 shaman cards too. Holy Mountain and the Corn. So we have abundance here. We are going to that higher level. But I was also thinking too that some of these gods that fooked us around, came down from the mountains too. Going up to these high places. Maybe they breathe better up there. I don't know. We have a gift. Humans, we have a gift. It is why we decided to come. And some of us lost our way along the way. But that's the thing about humans. We always find our path. We are raising our higher conscious level. We're going to hear lots more about the moon too. And the wars that are going on the moon too. Because if any of you have an amateur telescope, like just any telescope will do really, and you get a clear night, put your eye on the moon. You're going to see some amazing action up there. It's amazing action. On that note, I can't tell you when I'm going to put up another video because I'm not sure. Or when I'll do zodiacs again, because I'm not sure. There is so much going on, and that has kept me so busy. But I will, as soon as I can. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye-bye for now.
This card, chosen for you, is from the Fairy Forest, an Oracle of the Wild Green World by Lucy Cavendish. Card number 41. Alwyn. Gift. Divine inspiration. Awakening. Alwyn translates to divine inspiration or flowing breath. It is a mystical force that offers us a moment where there is a sudden surge in newfound knowledge, inspired thought, the ability to awaken our dormant talents, and a sense that before we were given the gift of Alwyn, we were like sleepwalkers. Alwyn is a moment where life is forever changed, and once we drink of Alwyn, or feel it as a beam of divine light entering us and changing us, we can never return to who we were, and the world is never the same again. So when the card comes to you, you must know now that having experienced what has taken place, you cannot pretend life can ever be the same. You have lifted the veil, and you have seen the face of the divine. You have drunk the elixir of the gods, and the fairies have offered you their greatest gift. Alwyn does not stay, but the knowledge of what we have experienced in that moment changes us forever. So now that you have had this life-changing experience and been given this incredible moment of inspiration, you can either pretend to yourself that life is without magic, or you can continue to embrace the magic and the enchantment of every moment. Now, if you choose, you can become more fully alive, and while this is no easy path, it is one that is full of deep, joyful moments, true connections, and poetic, blindingly beautiful experiences. All will come from time to time, and you are so blessed for having had this most sublime and life-changing of all mystical experiences. Artwork, Snow White.